Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir, and good evening, Amit. Today we are here to hear from Mr. Indranil Bose, who's going to address you all on the future skills required for the future workforce. Right. So I take this opportunity to welcome you all for this wonderful session. And I would request we have our student, Mr. Amit Panika, who would be introducing the guest and welcoming you all. Over to you, Amit.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am, sir. This is Amit Panikar, PGDM student from GIBS. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our speaker today, who is going to talk to us about the skills required for the future workforce. And now I would like to introduce the great personality and also our presenter of today's webinar, Dr. Indranil Bose. So let's know more about sir. Since 2015, Dr. Indranil Bose has been working in the capacity of Dean with the School of Business with the University of Bolton, UK, at their International Academic Center based at Ras Al Khaimah, UAE. Previously, he also taught as senior full-time lead faculty with the graduate and master's program of the University of Wolverhampton, UK at the UAE Academy operation for approx 1.5 years. He has also taught in EMFS courses for the International Graduate Program on Business of the University of London, offered through the London School of Economics, Politics Science, and UAE. Sir has been successfully engaged in teaching and academic responsibilities of the International Online MBA program of the University of Lincoln, UK, through the Western International College, London. He has also successfully workshops of AACSB, that is accredited postgraduate curriculum on business in invited role with the reputed institute in UAE and India. Dr. Indranil has the experience of teaching diverse students group pursuing their vocational business management curriculum from level 4 to level 7 under different UK based awarding bodies such as Pearson, ATHE, Eduquel, IAAP, etc., which are approved by Office of Qualification, Government of UK. In India, he has taught management. In India, he has taught with the university and other autonomous programs at the undergraduate and postgraduate level on business management. He is a fellow of prestigious Higher Education Academy, United Kingdom, and a PhD in management from India. His teaching expertise lies in research methodology, strategy, HRM, and employee relations, workforce modeling, etc. He has proven records of research and publications in peer reviewed journals listed with ABDC, that is Australian Business Deans Council, and indexed with the Web of Science and ProQuest database, etc. He is also the member of International Advisory Council of Harvard Business Review since January 2020. He has also presented his research works at several international and national uh, academics conferences in many countries. He is also empaneled as occasional reviewer and editor with internationally acclaimed organizations. He prefers teaching and learning practices through problem-based approaches through blended learning as well as with applications of students' engagement technologies and practices. He has also significantly contributed through different funded projects in UAE. He regularly updates himself on the contemporary teaching and learning practices in professional and higher education through different self-development initiatives and has attended several FDPs and professional development programs offered by the prestigious institutions, universities, and awarding bodies such as University of Bolton, UK, University of London, UK, Northwood University, USA, IIM Calicut, IIM Kozhikode, etc. We are very grateful to have you, sir. Over to you now.
Thank you, Amit. So sweet of you, huh? Okay. Fine. Okay. So first of all, let me express my thanks to Dr. Lakshmi and everybody here, mainly the very young students. and a student, very sweet student like Amit. Okay, and so let me start with about quickly. I'll not be making it very long and other thing like that. I'll be trying to give a lot of examples so that you can understand these things very easily. And definitely the most important part is that, see, whatever you will be listening to me from me, that will be of any help to you. That's more important thing. Okay. So today I'll be speaking on something which is the skills required for the future workplace. Okay, while making this presentation for your college institute, I was going through little bit research and little bit studies, and apart from my own experience for long years in UAE and India, different countries, different cultural background, different things completely. So what I understood actually, because I am in charge of internship, I am in charge of a lot of things, because as a part of my present job responsibilities and the roles also here and also back home in India sometime. So what I understood that, see, the main objective of this, why we actually study our PGDM or MBA programs basically. Now, when we go for the PGDM program or MBA programs, there are basic objectives that people will say in simple way that we want to get a good job and some placement from the institute or some. Definitely, that's the most important part. Okay, and apart from that, see, placement is important. Getting a job is important. But developing yourself as a person who is in demand in the industry or in the sector and other places, so that maybe you have got a job in say in strategy or in marketing area or in the HR area from your institute. Okay, fine, and you are getting a job of maybe the starting salary is maybe say 50,000 rupees or something like that. Okay, 6 lakhs or 5 lakhs or 7 lakhs or whatever. Now this is the first job you are getting. Getting the first job is very important. But apart from that, getting the first job, apart from that, make yourself prepared for that. That after that, maybe you are working there for 1 year or 2 year or 3 years, or maybe more than that. And after that, whenever you will be looking for some change in the other industry or in the same industry in the other companies or the other organizations, you need not struggle for that. Okay, you are saying, okay, I am working for this company. The distressed employment situation is very bad for anybody. Even a very young people like you or a very senior person like me. Distressed employment situation means, say, you are supposed to, this is a very common scenario across the globe, mainly I'm telling you in a country like India, because we have huge number of talent pool in India. I mean, everybody is very talented in India. Indians are doing very well across the globe. I'm telling you, the Indians are doing better than India outside India. Okay, that's a very common thing I've seen across many places in the world. Now, my point is that, see, when we'll be working with an organization or you'll be going for the professional life or the professional career, try to learn something from each and every place. Okay, distressed employment means, suppose you got a job anywhere, but you do not like the job. Maybe we do not understand a lot of things from outside. Okay, see, when you look at the organization from outside, wow, this is a company. Then why the people leave the companies like Infosys? Why the people leave the companies like Cognizant? Why the people leave the companies like Tata? Okay, there must be something inside. Okay, good or bad. Maybe something is in congruence is there between the candidate and the organization. Okay, that's why people are leaving the organizations. People are leaving the organizations because I have taught in many places. I have taught the PGPX students, a lot of students in very famous reputed places. I've seen that students have left their jobs. They're from IITs and they got a job and a lot of places and something like that. Okay, and when they are doing it, they left the job. Okay, and I asked them, why you have left the job? Actually, you are working in the project manager in Infosys. You got placed from IITs. So it is such a beautiful, great job. After, sir, I was in US also. Okay, like that. So when I was telling, say, you were in US, then still you came back and you came back and you started a course. So this is certain thing. They have some kind of thing in their plan, long-term career plans. So they asked me something. I learned a lot of things from the students and I learned also a lot of things from them. So they said, sir, actually, I was the program manager, I was the project manager, something like that in the US, the Infosys project or something like that. But I decided that I thought, I looked at the organizational plans and everything. After certain years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, my role is limited or restricted or remains limited, restricted. Maybe the senior role, definitely I'm going. But my role is limited to the technical front only. I'm not going to be able to manage the business or the organization. Okay, now till I am going to manage the business of the organization, I will not be in a strategic role or in the decision making role. I'll be in the tactical role or the operational. Maybe I'm a senior manager, I'm a director, assistant director, something, but maybe I'm in a technical front only. So I am not being able to dictate a lot of terms. So this is their plan, this is their thought. That's why they left their jobs and very well-paid jobs, very career-oriented jobs, and they come back to the countries and like that. Okay, and they pursue their MBA program. So this is, everybody has some kind of plan in their mind. Now, with this background, I'm telling you, whenever you will be applying for any job or getting any job, or you will be choosing your skill development, a lot of skills cannot be learned in the business schools also. Business schools cannot teach you everything in their curriculum or in your campus life. The most important thing is that you have to learn the different skills by yourself. That's very important. Okay, there are certain skills what we learn actually say in the business schools. I'm telling you a simple example, like say an army. Okay, now when the person joins an army, say like take an Indian Army. Indian Army is a family. Okay, now I have taught with the some programs with Indian Army earlier while I was in India. Now, what I have seen that since I have developed a lot of friendship with a lot of army officers, and there I was in Uttar Pradesh, Bareilly, and in Delhi also, army cantonment also. Now, I have seen that things that the people say, sir, when I joined the organization in the army as a commissioned officer or non-commissioned officer, definitely non-commissioned officers are from different places, from the village area. Somebody is coming from Karnataka, somebody is coming from Bihar, somebody is coming from Punjab, somebody is coming from Assam. Okay, now they have definitely some kind of physical competency. That's why they're coming, and they have been selected by the organizations, and they have been given training on a lot of specific skills the army people require. But they develop the life skill. That's very important. Life skill means, that's why you see when the army people, they retire from their services or they leave their jobs after working there for the short service commission or the long service commission, whatever, you'll see there remains in a very high demand in the industry, in the different industry, in the government sector, the private sector, social sector, everywhere army people are of a very high demand. Okay, why? Because see, when they come from Bihar, small village of Bihar, or a small village of Assam, or small village of Arunachal Pradesh, or maybe Meghalaya, or maybe from Karnataka, or from Chhattisgarh, wherever. Now, they came out of a world and they entered a bigger world. Now in the same room, they're staying with their friend who is from maybe, say you are from Bihar, somebody is coming from Uttar Pradesh, somebody is coming from, say, maybe Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. Okay, like that. Now you are listening to, learning the languages, their food habits, their culture, because you develop some kind of bonding with them. So you develop your life skills. A lot of stereotyping was in your mind about, South Indian people, North Indian people, like this kind of thing. So when the people work in the army, people in the organizations like this, not only army, in every organization where this kind of cosmopolitan culture persists, so they learn a lot of things. They learn from each other. Okay, even see this kind of people learn from the establishment systems also. Every army has cantonment have the wonderful libraries. They have the disciplined life. You can go there, you can read the books, you can develop themselves. Army offers a lot of educational qualifications like this. Okay, so every business school, every organization from everywhere, not everything is taught in the classroom. We have a program in my university called Beyond the Classroom. Okay, where we encourage the students to whatever they want, they enjoy. We have the photography club. They go for the photography. We make it okay. We are not actually dictating their terms like that. See, so they learn the photography. I stay in a place which is actually an oasis in the desert. Okay, Khaimah. We have a lot of fountains, we have the say Arabian Gulf is here, the mountain is here. We have a lot of beautiful places here. The people go and they take the photos, pictures with their cameras and something like that. They post it on the photography competition, something like that. So they develop their skills, they develop their passions. Who knows that one day they're pursuing MBA or bachelor's degree programs. Maybe after a few years they will become more famous in their photography skills. So life skill, how to talk with the people. Even we have a lot of friends here, a lot of students here. They're from India and Pakistan. Apparently, India and Pakistan, they don't share good political relationship. But here we see a lot of friendships between India and Pakistanis here. They're actually born and brought up here. They've grown up here. They've come from the different countries. They stay in the same room in the hostel maybe, and there's no problem at all actually. So you have to understand different things. Social skill is very important. You have to grow, because keeping in the mind for the long-term perspective, what exactly you want to accomplish. Because at the end of your certain years of your life and the professional life, the more important part is that say the more important part is basically somebody okay. Okay. Now in that case, what we understand, see, you have to be prepared for the future. That's very important. What you want to be in the future, not only as a professional, but as a professional means a particular professional, but also as a proper human being who will be in demand professionally, socially, and everything. That's very important. Now I am coming to that another important part here. My presentation is divided into three main components. The first one is that, see, the four worlds of future of work, and the second I'm talking about what are the particular the future work actually, and what are the four worlds of future work actually talking about, and the future skills and the attributes. Okay, now if we look at this, the four worlds of the future work, what we understand, this is the study conducted by the PricewaterhouseCoopers. They published this report in 2021. We all know these things, but we are not aware that in that specific constructive way. Now, according to that, see, the future workplace, future organizations will be divided into these four categories. One is that yellow world, red world, green world, and the blue world. When you go for this kind of yellow world, what do you understand by the yellow world? Yellow world, basically, it is basically about the social first and the community-based organizations. You know, there are a lot of organizations which are non-governmental organizations. Okay, and these organizations are doing pretty well in their particular sectors. Now, if I ask you the non-government, say, you can talk about the USAID, you can talk about the Oxfam India Trust, you can talk about a lot of big organizations are there. They actually have the very robust framework, and they hire a lot of professionals from the management background also. Okay, like they they work on the advocacy, they work on the different areas of the professional like advocacy, then talk about the say the administration, they talk about the fundraising, they talk about the program management. If you look at these people, I mean, organizations, even many of the Indians are occupying the senior positions in organizations. So the yellow world is something like that. This is one of the major segment of the area which is growing very fast, phenomenally across the globe, including in India. Okay, now talk about the red world. What is the red world? Red world is basically the organizations and the individuals which are basically consumer driven, innovation driven. Okay, what we say normally, you will all look for the job in the red world domain. Okay, because you are going to work in the sector which is profit making sector, which is going for the innovation, whether it's an FMCG sector or the service sector, the banking sector, whatever sector you are going to do there. Basically, it's the red world. Actually, red world means whatever sectors they are going to earn the profit. Okay, and in the red world, they are experiencing, they're doing pretty well in the areas of the like the digital technology adoption. They're going for experimentation with different kind of skills people require. Okay, human computer interfaces, human technology interfaces, a lot of changes are happening there, and something like that. Okay, if you talk about the green world, in the case of the green world, the main problem is that, see, it is about the social responsibility sector also. A lot of people get confused between the yellow world and the green world. Yellow world is something which is actually talking about dealing with the social causes, but the green world is dealing with mainly one particular sector. A lot of companies are coming up in present world which are developing the technologies or the social framework or something like that. Okay, now that is actually the green world. Here talk about the, see, basically it's talking about say social, say green agenda. It talks about the demographic changes. It talks about the climate work. It talks about a lot of other things. You know that things are happening now. Okay, now that we are talking about the blue world. Now, blue world is basically say this kind of world, this kind of companies and the sectors. Actually, these are social entrepreneurship. We talk about that thing. Okay, we are combining the red world with the green world. Then we come at the blue world actually. Okay, now say blue world is basically talking about companies. Like I'm giving an example in Bangladesh. There is a concept like say Grameen Bank. You might be knowing that thing. Okay, now when you are talking about the Grameen Bank, started by Muhammad Yunus, you might be knowing about his name. Muhammad Yunus is a person who actually won the Nobel Prize in 6, 7 years, 10 years back actually. Okay, for the world peace. Now, the Grameen Bank is the concept where they have gone for this kind of sustainable social innovation, social entrepreneurship, something like that. Okay, the blue world. So there are different things. Even in our country, like in India, it was started as the blue world, but it's become the red world actually now. Now, the blue world means taking the example of say Amul. Amul started as the say the blue world organization company. Okay, because it was a plan to, it was a cooperative company organization basically. Okay, now it is still a cooperative organization, but it has taken the shape of an organization which is which has become more Amul as a share also in the market now, that thing. Okay, now there are a lot of things actually we are talking about. Now whenever you are going to make your career in the long run, okay, you are going to enter the yellow world, or going to enter the red world, or going to enter the green world, or going to enter the blue world. For each particular type of segment and the sectors, okay, somebody has written some question, I think. Let me check it and I'll be replying it. In the green world, made up the companies who work for the social causes, but at the same time profit motive. Yes, 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 sure. Okay, like that thing. Okay, now yeah, some questions have come up. I'll be coming with that. Okay, now this is something which is actually happening like that. Okay, now whenever you are going to enter these particular sectors or the segments in the future career, professional career, there are certain specific requirements, but we call something is the base requirement and something is called the added requirements. What do you understand by the base requirement? There are certain basic skills which are required for all these types of sectors. Okay, but there are certain skills which are the added skills. Added skills means which are very specific to the particular world, particular sector, particular business, particular industry, particular organization, which belong to either to yellow world, or to the red world, or to the green world, or the blue world. That's very important. Why I am telling this kind of thing? Because see, there are certain basic skills like decisional skill. Okay, like decisional skill is important in all the sectors, like yellow skill, like red skill, like green skill, green world, like the blue world, all these sectors. Okay, it's very important, compulsory. Without decisional skill, you cannot be going to the level of decision making at all. Okay, maybe the problem solving skill, it's very important in all the cases. So yes, definitely the problems will be different in different sectors, different world. Yellow world has a different kind of problem. If you work in the yellow world organization, it will be something different. When you talk about the red world, it's something different like that. Okay, but definitely the problem solving skill is very important. Okay, critical thinking, people are saying critical thinking. Critical thinking is very important in project management, which is a part of all the particular words I'm coming out here. Okay, these are some of the basic skills. What we talk about the added skills are something like that. Say there are certain scripting example like yellow world. Now in the yellow world, there are certain kind of skills which are very important. Like that, say take example, say you must be having an idea or some kind of skill or understanding, okay, or some kind of cognizance in your mind about the social sensitivity. Okay, because you are dealing with the social problems, you are dealing with the artisans, you are dealing with the people working, staying in the village, you are working in the sector which is dealing with the water supply problem, you are dealing with the problem of the women and the child health, something like that. So gender or the social sensitization is very important in the case of the yellow world. That is very much related to the yellow world only. Okay, you talk about the red world. The red world talking about you are working in the organizations in the HR role, or in the marketing role, or in the finance role. So your specific requirements are very important. Maybe you are working in the finance role. Now in the finance role, there are certain requirements. Even you can work in the finance role in the yellow world also. Every big organizations, NGOs, and all these places, okay, and they have the finance managers, the finance and finance directors. That is the basic finance requirements. But when you are talking about the real world, red world, in the case of the financial requirements or the skills you require some kind of things which are very important. Maybe you should have the idea about the stock market, about the portfolio management, about the investment patterns. You have the profit and loss and other things which is specific to that particular industry. You should be having an idea about the fintech, because these things are related to your industry only. Okay, now we talk about the green world. In the green world, I talked about the social responsibilities and other things actually. So what kind of specific roles, what kind of specific skills are required? That's very important. We talk about the sustainability, we talk about a lot of demographic changes, climate changes, and all these things are there. Now when you talk about the green world companies, the basic requirements like decisional skill, like problem solving skill, like human relation skill, those things are also there. But apart from there, there are certain kind of skills which are important for working or to be successful in this sector. Now, what I am telling you here important is that, see, when you are entering into a particular sector, either through the placement or through by your own way, even lot of people actually they got the placement from the industry, from the institutes they are studying, and after that they change their areas. I'm telling you one example. If you look at the top premier institutions in India, IIMs and all these places, the growing number of students have opted out for the placements. You know that thing. You look at that. I am Bangalore, I am Ahmedabad, I am Calcutta, all these top 3 IIMs. Most of it is not like that they are not getting job. No, nothing like that. Okay, they are opting out for the placement drive, and they are going for their own entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship innovations. I mean, if you look at the India's top 10 youngest entrepreneurs, you will see. I can share with you later also. Okay, and you will see their ages on an average from 17 to 30. Okay, and they're earning in the millions. They did not invest a lot of money initially. They came out with the ideas. They have some kind of innovative ideas in their mind, and they understood the requirement of the market, the clients, client base, and something like that. And they actually become millionaires at a very young age. Okay, lot of examples are there. You can find a lot of inspirations from there, because they and some of them are working in the red world industry. Some of them are working in the green world industry. Some of them are working in the blue world industry. That they have started their startups and something like that. Okay, yes, we know every one startup out of the 4 startups fails in India. Okay, it's not in India. I'm telling you, everywhere in the world, across the globe, even the countries like Israel, which is known as the startup countries, so the maximum number of the startups, mainly the technology-based startups, are in Israel in the world. So it's a small country. Okay, but in Israel, actually, you know that every 50% startup started in Israel fails, actually, more than us. So still they are the startups. So there are certain kind of skills, entrepreneurial mindset should be there. You should be able to understand what you are going to do in the future, what kind of skills are required. You can keep on improving your skills, working on the skills. That is very important. Okay, there are a lot of programs available now, free of cost or very at economical rate. Okay, join some programs, part-time online programs. Say join some organizations as a trainee or the interns. You learn a lot of things. You like that. Okay, like I'm telling you one example. There is an organization in Ahmedabad in Gujarat that is actually called say environmental some sort of institute that is actually. Okay, now that institute I went there in long back in 2012 with my students there, and you know they are working, and that is now chaired by Mallika Sarabhai, you know, the famous person. Okay, the daughter of Vikram Sarabhai, India's first the nuclear scientist, actually. Now, Mallika Sarabhai, Vikram Sarabhai, they are actually now funded by the government of India in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. It's a very big place, actually, around 97 acres of land, and people across the globe, people from the students from the universities from across the globe, they come there. The students are pursuing the MBA from Germany. They're coming there, okay, because they are expert at the expertise on sustainability. Okay, they have wonderful short-term programs. If possible, join this kind of programs. Your institute can arrange those things, like exchange of some fees. You have to pay a very minimum fees, or you can directly attend their online program, something like that. There are so many opportunities available there. If you are working for you have to identify which are the areas of the sectors which will be growing in the future. Maybe you are learning something. Who knows that a lot of things will become redundant after the 10 years, 15 years, because I studied my MBA long back. When I studied MBA long back, a lot of subjects I studied are of no use in today's context. Okay, you are studying something today that will be of no use after 15 years. Okay, who knows that? Everybody, it is possible. Okay, because world is changing very fast. Now, that's why there are certain basic components and the skills you have to understand. There are few things which will remain in the future. Like, say, we talk about the sustainability, that will remain in the future, because a lot of industries, a lot of companies, either from the yellow sector industries or the red sector, they are investing on that. Take the example of Tesla, take the example of other things. Okay, they are all doing a lot of things there. Okay, so that's very important. Say you talk about the e-governance. E-governance is the sector which will be in the future for another 50 years, another 30, 40, 50 years. So you have to understand e-governance. If you have some idea, you have some understanding of the e-governance, definitely it will help you in the future. If you talk about the cultural diversity, is very important thing, because diversity is very important in today's context. Okay, if you look at either in a national way or in the international way. So in that case, we'll be learning a lot of things. I'll be taking the question after my quick presentation, and I'll be making it more interactive rather than speaking on this.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes.
so this is the way we can do it, actually. Okay. Now, when you are talking about there are basic what are the requirements of this kind of things? Adaptability, then automation, critical thinking, agile thinking. These are very important things. Critical thinking talks about everything. Critical thinking, basically, you have to understand, you have to look at the things from different perspectives, because we all have certain kind of mental models. We all have, and mental models, nothing negative about that. What is mental models? Mental models is something which is actually, say, we look at the thing in a certain way. Okay, because we have been grown up in a particular way. Maybe your background is, somebody's background is commerce, somebody's background is humanities, somebody's background is engineering, somebody is coming from one particular religion, somebody coming from one particular linguistic group, somebody coming from one particular cultural backgrounds. Okay, so when we look at something, any problem or any kind of happenings, okay, we are not ready to think in a different perspective, in the eye of the others. Okay, Okay, there comes the problem of the conflict. So critical thinking actually is the main concept where we have to understand. It's a cognitive process basically. Now, cognitive process means you have to make yourself prepared mentally. That's why when you work in the organization or you join different kind of curriculum, you mix up with different kind of people, different kind of system, different kind of countries, you develop your critical thinking skill. Okay, you are being able to identify the core problems from the different perspectives. You are trying to identify opportunities from the different perspectives. Everything is different, and that's why you are not restricted to one or two particular perspective. That's very important. Now, if you talk about the agile thinking is nothing about the flexible thinking. Okay, flexible thinking means flexibility or adaptability are almost same. Okay, now when you talk about the agile thinking, in almost every sector of the management activities, organizations look for the people with the agile thinking ability. Now, I am giving a very common example. You know that thing. Your professors are teaching that thing in the class. Definitely, I know that thing very well. Like say one example I'm giving. Say when you study HR, okay, or when you study marketing. Sorry, finance. Okay. Now every organization is today's organization is the marketing oriented organization. Okay, because when you study the organizational patterns of the cultures, I can tell you a little bit like that. Say, if you talk about the organizations, some organizations are the basically the customer driven organizations. Some are actually the technology driven organizations. Like take example ONGC in India. It is technology driven organization, but even ONGC has become the customer driven now. Okay, why? Because unless and until you are customer driven, your organization is completely customer driven. How you can understand that company is customer driven? Because we'll be able to look at the companies like Unilever. I mean, Hindustan Lever in India, now Unilever. Look at the Procter and Gamble. Look at the FMCG companies. All of their top positions are occupied by the people with the marketing background. If you look at the ONGC, you will be able to understand still around 60 to 70% of the top positions at the board of directors level or the senior management level are occupied by the people with the engineering background who have been experience of the exploding the oil rigs and other things, actually pure technical things. Okay, now what I'm going to tell you here, but most of the organizations are becoming more customer oriented because and all the functions of the HR, marketing, whatever, finance and operations are now related to the marketing activities. Actually, to become an HR manager, successful HR manager, you have to, that's why they are calling the HR business partner. This concept has come now. Okay, now the people who are studying MBA in HR or then want to make their career in HR, see HR business partner has a new HR business partner. This particular term was not there when I studied my MBA. Okay, now HR business partner means basically how you can change your orientation, your thinking process. Definitely you are looking at the HR. Definitely HR is not working as the silo. Earlier, what used to be thought long back, 10, 15 years back. Now HR is a part of the organization strategy. HR is a part of the strategy which is very much related to organizational change and satisfying your customers, reaching out to your customers. So you have to think like that. When you are working as the IT professional, you know that maybe some of you have worked in the IT sector also. So you have to deal with the customers. Okay, when you are doing from the finance area also, is some sort of customer orientation should be there. Okay, now these are the part of the agile thinking. You have to make your thinking process, thought process more adaptable and more flexible. That's very important. Okay, now when I'm coming to the next one, that is after this I will be taking your questions and I will be speaking to you for another half an hour. Say the adaptability. There are future skills in general. If you take out adaptability, problem solving, collaboration skills, because none of the activities are can be done. A lot of things. I mean, even in my sector, our sector also, in higher education also, we see the collaboration skill is very important. Okay, emotional intelligence plays a very important role. That's a very important role in today's context. Yes, we know that people say, okay, sir, you are saying all of lofty ideas, emotional intelligence. How many companies they actually this kind of thing? Okay, but in reality, I'm telling you, organization who does not care about the emotional intelligence are not being able to sustain itself in the long run. I'm telling you, yes, I know that people are there in the management or in your leadership position who are not habituated of thinking emotionally, frankly speaking. Okay, what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence something is that, see, when you make any decision, you have to understand the emotional pressure, emotional stress, or emotional type of balancing requirements for certain situations. Like an HR manager, we talk about something. Say you are supposed to be supposed to fire somebody from the job. Okay, and you know the person is innocent. Okay, but you have been advised, you have been ordered by your senior manager to fire this person. Okay, maybe the person has some problem with your senior manager, but not with you. Okay, now how we will deal with this situation actually? Okay, maybe you are feeling very distressed for that. Okay, you are thinking that this is not a correct thing. Okay, now this is called the cognitive dissonance in psychology. Now cognitive dissonance actually also teach you how to address, how to handle, how to overcome this kind of emotional stress for yourself. Okay, maybe you have been forced to terminate that person's job because but you can make it, you can handle the situation in a more emotionally sensitive way. That's the more important thing. Okay, now creativity and innovation, that's a very important part in most of the organizations now. Yes, I know many of the Indian organizations, they still believe in the some kind of leadership. It is more autocratic style, they know that, but creativity innovation is the buzzword which is the practice in most of the successful organizations across the globe. Okay, most of the organizations are run by the young people, and innovation or creativity, the concepts. What is innovation and creativity, difference between that? Now if you look at the creativity is some state of mind, basically what you think in a something new way. Okay, and I was talking about the mental models. Mental models can be of different things. People have the different mental temperaments. Okay, creativity means, if I talk about the mind mapping game is being done for the creativity estimation. Now if you talk about the mind mapping, the main part is that, see, say I'm telling you an idea. Say, take example, I am telling you the productivity is a concept for the HR people. Now productivity is a concept, how you can come out with the different creative ideas to improve the productivity for the employees. If I talk a product like tea, okay, tea. Now with the tea, how you can come out with the many creative ideas which can contribute the revenue to the organization. If you talk about the tourism service sector, now tourism is the creative, how we can make the entire tourism concept more creative. So this is called the mind mapping. Now when you talk about this kind of things are being done, this is your mental exercises. Okay, try to do the mental exercises rather than being limited to the restricted areas. Now when you talk about the creative ideas, you talk about the innovation also. When you identify some of the creative ideas that are very much say commercially viable, or maybe that can create the impact on the people's life or something like that, something good actually, you can come out with the ideas. Maybe you have the 20 ideas of creative ideas, but maybe out of that only 5 or 6 are the innovative in nature or can be innovative in nature. So go for that. So this is the way. And the organizations, I was talking about the entrepreneurship a little bit earlier. Now creativity and the innovation is the soul of the entrepreneurship. Okay, if you look at that particular, I just told you that on the internet it is available, that CIA has come up, Confederation of Indian States has come up, CIA has come up with a list of 10 top youngest entrepreneurs who have become the millionaire in a short span of time. Okay, many of them even the school dropouts, college dropouts actually, but they have now they're traveling across the globe actually. Okay, they're dealing with their clients and something like that. So go for that. You'll find just top 10 youngest entrepreneurs of India 2021. You'll search on internet, you'll find that thing. What they do, how they do, what kind of ideas they have come in their mind. Okay, even as an employee also, if you have come up with the creative and the innovative ideas to solve a lot of problems in the organizations or to do a lot of things, okay, definitely your effort will be appreciated. Okay, now leadership skills. What do you understand by leadership skills? Leadership skills is basically something about what you talk about, not only influencing others, but also we use a word about, say, fire in the belly. You are the use fire in the belly. You are all young people, fire in the belly. Now I am telling you some example, fire in the belly. How many of you have heard about the Abebe Bikila? Abebe Bikila is considered as the father of the modern marathon. I'm telling you. Okay, he's from, I think, from Ethiopia. Now Abebe Bikila, actually you look at that, this example I give in my Asia class also, always leadership skills. Say Abebe Bikila is a person who is from Ethiopia. He belonged to a very poor family. Okay, and Abebe Bikila did not have the shoe to run even. Okay, and he used to provide the water and food to the people, to the engineers, mainly the British engineers who used to work in the Kenya and the Ethiopia, that side. Okay, now what it happened actually, he used to run around 5 or 6 kilometers every day, one side, another side, 5 and 6 kilometers, 10 to 12 kilometers every day he used to run. Now without any food, without any shoe, without anything, maybe he has a very simple clothing on him. Now what happened, say one day some of the British engineers found these guys coming in the monsoon, in the hot summer, in the winter. Okay, and I think this person has developed some kind of skill of running. Now one British engineer, he spotted this guy, and this particular boy used to bring the food and the water in the jungle, in the forest, where this railway network tracks were being made by the engineers. Now, what actually happened? These people, this particular person, identified this thing and asked the person, will you go with me to Nairobi or to Addis Ababa somewhere? Now, like that. Now, what happened? This initially he did not understand what this person is saying. Okay, then these people actually, this person went to his house, and Abebe Bikila was one of the brothers of many brothers and sisters in Africa. It's a poor nation, and he convinced these family members that we are going to take care of this person, and ultimately Abebe Bikila was emerged as the champion of the marathon. Okay, he won I think around 4 gold medals in the Olympics marathon, 4 gold medals. Now he is one of the national hero of Africa. Okay, he's the inspirational figure. That is called leadership. Okay, I don't want to give you leadership examples from Bill Gates and all these things. Yes, they are very from the developed countries. They're from America. They had somebody had the dropout of the Harvard. Story-wise, these are the things, fine things. But when you look at the people's example like Abebe Bikila and other people who are actually say Nelson Mandela, Abebe Bikila, these are the people the Africans are proud of. So this is the leadership skills. Okay, Abebe Bikila was never a political person. Okay, but he inspired the millions. So I am telling you, leadership skills means whatever you do something in a different way as you can do. Okay. Now talking about the digital skills. Digital skill is essential skill. You know, like I am taking the online class. It is a digital skill. Okay. So digital skill, digital etiquette, digital technology, say orientation, everything is very important nowadays. Everything and this kind of things will keep on happening, keep on changing in future. Now you talk about the risk management skills. This is very important. Now we are talking about the risks because in the VUCA world, you know the VUCA. Now VUCA world, the risk is essential. Risk is imminent. Okay, we talk about the different kind of risk. We talk about the human resource risk. We talk about the management risk. We talk about the practice risk, process risk. A lot of risks are there. Okay, and I think in the management they are saying around there are 16 prominent risks are there. 16 prominent risks are there. It started from culture, it started from the practice, started from the product, from the process, everything is there. Okay, now how to manage the risks? That's what important thing. Yes, you are not being able to handle the risk for the entire organization. Nobody can do it. Okay, but the particular job you are doing, particular thing you are doing, how what kind of risks are involved in it? You have to track it. You have to understand that. Definitely, maybe on the very first day of your career, you will not be able to understand that thing. But while you are working with the organization for, just I'm telling you one example. Now say maybe technology risk, I'm taking your session. Okay. Now suddenly my internet connection is gone. I have the Wi-Fi in my flat. Maybe suddenly my Wi-Fi is not working. So there is a risk involved in it actually. So if my Wi-Fi does not work, how we can continue with the class, with the session? So maybe I have to keep certain kind of backup so that I can use that data so that I can continue with the class, with the session. Okay, like this. Now, this is the one kind of risk. I'm just giving an example. Human resource risk is very dominant, prominent now. Okay, people are leaving their jobs. There are a lot of industrial dispute issues that are happening across the globe, and other things are there. Now, you have to understand that what kind of risk is involved in your role, in your case, or the type of responsibilities you are managing. That's very important thing. STEM skills, it is purely about the science, technology, engineering, management, that one. Now, in that case, STEM skills, you understand that is maybe not required for everybody, but to some extent, it is important for everybody to have some sort of STEM skills. Okay. Now, the recent study by the Fortune 500 companies have said even you are in a non-technical role, non-technology role, but some kind of technological knowledge, some kind of scientific knowledge and temperament should be there in every manager's. Okay, say it may be from 10% to 40%, 50%, something like that. So what I am telling you here, that you will learn in course of your professional life. Learn those things. I know a lot of people actually they are technology shy people. Okay, they cannot understand technology, or even they understand technology but they do not want to adopt it. Okay, if you look at the just an example, even few years back I used to go to State Bank of India because I have the account of State Bank of India in India. Now, when I have to go to the State Bank of India, so you are standing in the long queue in front of the counters. Okay, and sometimes your people, somebody is in the teller counter sitting every half an hour, 45 minutes. Okay, they are saying what? See, connection is not there. So link is not there. That means the people do not understand how to solve this problem. Okay, the problem solving, because yes, every system in State Bank of India are supported or backed by some kind of system. Is the link is not there. Maybe you have just deposited your cash. Maybe you have deposited 50,000 rupees cash in your account, and suddenly while the processing that thing, your net connection is gone at the State Bank of India, and the person is leaving the chair and going outside. So net is not there. I'll not do. This is a temperamental problem as well as the inability to solve the problem then and there. Okay, so this kind of problem should, that's why I'm talking about the STEM skills. Some sort of STEM skills are important for that. Okay, and definitely in the modern decision making management of the strategic management level, we are mostly dependent on statistics, data, information, what we say in present day as analytics, predictive analytics, and all those things have come up. Those are completely dependent on STEM skills, basically. Okay, like that thing. You are going to make any decisions in objective manner. Earlier, we used to make the subjective manner. We used to assume this thing is going to happen. We used to look at the previous 10 years report, and we used to assume that something can happen. Now it is more, it is now present, it is more accurate, it is more predictive, it is more objective rather than subjective. So you must have some kind of STEM skills to apply your skills to go for certain kind of things like that. Now the last one is the entrepreneurial skill. This is something which is very important. I said that entrepreneurship, definitely you are going to start your businesses. I just told you we can go through that. And apart from that, you should have some kind of entrepreneurial zeal. Actually, that means whatever opportunity you get at your workplace and outside, work on something. Definitely, I mean, not every organization gives you the opportunity. Okay, but even as an employee, you can work on something if your company permits. That the culture of the company is very important for that. Okay, now if you can contribute to generate revenue for the organization and for yourself also, definitely it's some sort of entrepreneurial skill that gives you satisfaction. Okay, so these are some of the very basic skills what we understand. Now this is I am planning to we have almost 4:20 here at my place. It is now I'll be taking some questions and I'll be asking that thing.
Yes.
So let me
So
see.
may I request all the participants to put your questions in the Q&A so that sir can take up the questions one by one. So I think we already have a couple of questions over here, sir. There are 3 questions already there. Nishant Mishra is asking, how can I improve my personality development skills?
Okay. This is a very common generic question he asked, Nishant. But my question is that, see, when you are going for the development of the personality development skill, see, no specific class or no specific say session can improve your personality in a single day. Okay, personality is something which is consistent. What I am going to tell you that, see, all of us have some kind of personality deficiency. None of us is perfect. Remember that thing. Okay, even when you are going for interview with some big person who is speaking very good English and maybe studied in UK or US. Okay, also remember that person is actually also having some kind of personal deficiency. You know, you have studied in OB, that transaction analysis. You should be knowing that thing. Okay. Now the main point is that, see, here. Okay. Now when I'm talking about the personality development skills, okay, our personality depends on few things like that. See, our wholesome experience in life, like that. See, you are now, maybe you have come from a small town. I don't know your background, but maybe you have come from a small town. Okay, now you're in Bangalore. Now Bangalore is a city with the technologies and all these things are there. Fine. You are seeing that your friends, many of the friends are speaking fluently in English, and you have gone for internship maybe with some companies, and you have seen the entire hi-fi environment inside. Okay, don't get carried away by this kind of thing. Remember, one important thing is that whatever knowledge, whatever skill, whatever thing you have, you are a valuable asset to that organization. You are valuable to yourself, to your family, to your friends, to organization. Everybody is valuable. Okay, now for the development of the personality, you have to develop your confidence. What I want to tell you, actually, confidence is very important. Okay, now building the confidence is most important. Very simple thing I'm telling you. Okay, mix up with the different kind of people, different backgrounds, improve your the cognitive skill, try to understand what the people are thinking, different backgrounds, different social background, different economic background, different language background, different cultural background, mix up with them. Apart from that, definitely your knowledge is very important to improve your personality. More and more you actually study, more and more actually you learn. Definitely you will be and always try to be some at edge over the others by learning something which is happening now. Okay, maybe you are not going to know everything in detail. It's not possible for everybody. Okay, if you ask me today, sir, can you tell me the AI, artificial intelligence? I know the basic things, but if you tell me, sir, can you tell in details? I have to go into details. I have to study for at least one day, and I can come up with the solution. I can put the answer, something like that. But I know what is artificial intelligence, what is of that in management. I know the basic concepts. I can tell you 100 examples. So you have to be there. So at least and don't work to impress others. That's very important thing. Okay, so what is the 3 things I told you? First one is that, see, develop your confidence. Number 3, expand your orientation horizon. Number three, be prepared with something additional knowledge which is contemporary, which is updated. That's very important. Okay, definitely will be improving your one day we'll find definitely in a soon your personality is very good. Now if I look at the second question, is the green world made up of the companies who work for the social cause but at the same time for the profit motive? Yes. See, green world is basically not only social cause, it is purely about the environmental cause. Okay, say if you give me some kind of company's name, just give me 1 second. I'm just today morning actually I talked to one Amity University, Gurgaon. So there I was talking about the disconnect. Just give me 1 minute. I'm telling the name of a company. We'll search on that. Okay, this is a company. I'm just stop sharing it and I'm just going to show you that thing, the company's name. That is a very interesting company. And when I was studying, preparing for the presentation, I was looking at that. It's a very interesting company. When there's a green company basically. Okay, just give me one. The founder of the company is very young, actually, very young. I'll be telling you the name of the person, of the lady. She's a lady actually, and her age is only 30, and she's the millionaire. Okay, and her product is being sold through Amazon across the globe. Even I have seen the advertisement of her product on the Australian TV channel on the YouTube actually. So it is very surprising. Yes, her name is Kavita Shukla. Okay, and her age is 30 years. And just see, this is the product the person has developed. It is, the company's name is that Fresh Glow. I am writing the name there, Fresh Glow. Okay, I'm sharing that particular screen with you. You can be able to see that thing. You can take the picture of that. This is a Fresh Glow, that one. Yeah. This look at the company, Fresh Glow. It was started in 2015 only. She has 4 patents in her name. Okay, and this is the company's product is actually see the fresh paper. Fresh paper. It is actually the paper, some kind of paper she developed and she patented, and it is completely organic. But no chemical is there. Now, fresh paper, what they do actually, fresh paper is something, say you purchase vegetable from the market. Now you might not be having a refrigerator. Okay, or might be in a refrigerator also. When you put the fruits or vegetables in the refrigerator, what happens? Say maybe it remains say fresh for certain maybe 1 or 2 or 3 days. After 3 days, when you bring out the vegetable, maybe say brinjal or something like that, carrot, something like that, from the cauliflower, something like that, what happens? The freshness, the water content of the particular vegetable goes out because it is in the refrigerator. Now, see, the fresh paper is something. If you just put one piece of paper in the container and you cover the container and put it inside the fridge also. Okay, the moisture of the vegetable remains intact. Okay, this is a very simple thing. Actually, this person, this lady, this particular young lady, she has done it. It is on the hit across the globe. Okay, so this is a company which is basically dealing with that kind of green sector working. Okay, now this is the fresh paper is nothing. There is no chemical inside that thing because you are keeping it on the vegetable actually. Okay, fresh vegetables. Okay, now you just clean the vegetables and put it inside the tray or some kind of container and just put 1 paper or 2 papers of the fresh paper, and we'll see it will keep the vegetable for the longer time. So you understand, this is the thing. Okay, so I was going to tell you there are many examples like this. Okay, I just give you one example. Definitely there are many examples involved. We can find out many more examples than me also. You're all young people who are more have the better GK than me. Now in that case, what I'm going to tell you, see, this is the way. Now, what is the other question I'm telling you? Say, can managing personal finance?
So we will take 2 more questions as we are already running short of time. We have another 3 to 5 minutes available. So
okay.
We have so many questions coming in, but unfortunately we are not having enough time. So I would request all the participants to reach out, sir, on LinkedIn, or he would email ID so that you can just write to him in case if you have any questions. Okay, sir?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I have seen around 13, 14 questions are there.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll not be able to answer all these also.
Yes, that's the reason, sir.
So yeah, I can just pick up 1 or 2 questions. Good questions are there. Like, see, Kamath has asked me 1 question that I replied actually, and then managing.
I think most of them are asking on how do I build up my personality. I think which you already explained or told them what is that they got really.
Yeah. One student, Deepak has asked me 1 question. Major certification course to be taken while studying MBA. Yes. Definitely, you can go for the certifications, Deepak. But one thing I'm telling you, only a certificate paper does not matter. Okay, even if you learn a lot of things without certification, also that matters. There's definitely many. In some cases, you are applying for job or some kind of thing, then definitely you require to provide some evidence that you have done this course. Say maybe you have said I have done this course, but they said where, from where, how. So you have to provide them some evidence. That's fine. Otherwise you can learn a lot of things. Okay, from by yourself, by attending the workshops, by attending the programs, by just reading the books. Okay, join the institutions who are offering this kind of workshops regularly. What I'm going to tell you, join the Bangalore Management Association, BMA. Okay, they offer many wonderful workshops every weekend. Now I don't know, they're offering maybe online, but I know the AIMA has the chapters in every big cities, and the BMA is one of the most important chapters of AIMA. And they have, you'll go there, we'll see your interest area. If you put that, take the membership of the student membership of that BMA. Okay, it is very minimum amount of money, maybe 400-500 rupees only yearly. Okay, and join, take the program, attend their workshops, attend their programs whenever they will be opening their offices. Every weekend they invite some big people from industry regarding many areas. You can suggest them, can you have arrange one particular talk on so and so area. They will try to find out somebody. Okay, because Bangalore is full of professional people, so you can have all these opportunities. Okay, so apart from that, certification can definitely help you when you will find something that you are not going to get it from outside informally. Okay, then one last question I'm telling you, good leadership skills. Okay. Okay, as well as management skills, a trainee who is okay.
Yeah, they are asking how to develop leadership qualities or how to have better leadership skills.
Okay, this is related to your personality only. Okay, leadership skills, basically you talk about something which are very important, that develop some expertise on certain areas. I'm telling you, that's more important. Expertise means you have not worked yet, I know that thing, but develop some expertise on certain areas. Maybe say, take example, if you are planning to make your career in, say, branding. Okay, develop all of your knowledge on the branding. Develop all of your say, branding means the very recent applications of branding, like sensory branding. A lot of things are being taught in top class business schools now. Okay, now when you're talking about the branding, how the organizations are going for the branding. Okay, now read a lot of case studies by yourself. Okay, don't wait for the professors to teach you, because professors also have their limitations. They have to take 5, 6, 7 classes per more than that actually per week. So they cannot discuss everything in the class with you. Okay, you can talk to them differently, but my point is that, see, learn as much as possible by yourself. Definitely the confidence will come to your mind. And apart from that, leadership skills, basically that is the knowledge leadership. If you talk about the social leadership skills, take the proactive step while you are conducting with say your festivals in the campus, lead the clubs. Okay, arrange the events in the clubs. Okay, in the organization, in the campuses. Okay, if you are joining an organization, you always try to go forward, because I was talking the example, fire in the belly, Abebe Bikil example I gave you. Okay, so there are many ways you can come out and leave your fear. Okay, initially first day, there's some saying by Bill Gates, and also that saying this: if somebody does not laugh at your initiative, your orientation, your attempt, okay, then your attempt is not serious enough actually. So the people will laugh at you. People will think about you. This person has become crazy. Okay, but the point is that nobody will remember you in the future. Okay, see, in the future means, do you know that, say, at your childhood days, when you went to the marriage ceremony of your family members, and maybe one of your brother looked at your dress and laughed at you. Okay, does he remember that thing? No. Okay, even your family members do not remember what they told you about 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, 20 years back. So why you understand that your peer group members or somebody in the organization will remember those things? If you prove yourself, definitely that is a more important thing, confidence. And definitely there is nothing to lose. Remember that thing, nothing to lose unless and until you do something wrong. Okay, there's nothing to lose in your by yourself. That's very important thing.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for helping us understand what are the required skills for the future workforce. As you know, day by day, things are really changing in this VUCA world, as you rightly mentioned, or in this virtual setup of organizations that we are seeing. I doubt pretty much in the near future, we really have organizations existing physically, or we would be connected like what you are there in UK and still you are delivering and interacting with us, which was a great opportunity for us to learn from you. And I want to mention few things over here. Even GIBS has taken many initiatives. We have two schools, we call it as Innovation Research Entrepreneurship School, and also we have something called as Corporate School, which we exclusively run on every Friday of the week and every Saturday of the week accordingly, where we consider all the mentioned points just now, which you said, the future skills and attributes that is really required. As you rightly said, that knowledge and both life skills should be the blend where a particular individual can really grab an opportunity. And these days, the generations are really losing hopes, and they get really disappointed very quickly. So we are also trying to make them understand that you'll have to stick on into your career for a longer period of time, and we are helping them to inculcate certain life skills that is really required in the corporate to become a better team player, and also can handle the pressure and personal life also, the work.
And one thing is very important, that you see every not only business schools, everywhere, even the universities also, everybody should pursue their passion. That's very important. Okay. Yeah. Because if you are happy in writing the poems, write it. Okay, post it on the social blogs, poem blogs. If you are happy in painting, post it. Okay, because now world is much more open to the technology front. Okay, now see, if you are pursuing MBA also, and once a month you are making one wonderful poster, making some printing and something like that, and post it on a lot of online auction, painting auction platforms. Right. Okay, so do it like that. Whatever you like, do it like that.
We have engineers who have become successful filmmakers also.
Yes. Harsh Wagle, the commentator, he has become the celebrity. He is from IIT and IIMs, actually. I am Ahmedabad, actually.
Yes, so I think they have followed the passion. Even we say the same in the institution: follow your passion, understand what we create self-awareness. So we are also a toddler in it, but still making an attempt to strengthen our students' interest and pursue their passion. So that's what we are trying to do. Thank you so much for that wonderful session. So now we have Amit, our first year PGDM student, who would propose the vote of thanks for today.
Thank you so much.
I deem it a great honor to propose the vote of thanks to all who have helped us in making this seminar such a resounding success. First of all, I would like to propose hearty vote of thanks to our guest and also the presenter of this wonderful seminar, Dr. Indranil Bose, sir, for gracing today's session. Thank you, sir, for your very interesting and thought-provoking address. I would also like to thank our beloved HOD, Mrs. Lakshmi ma'am, for the moral support and for giving an opportunity to host such a wonderful host. Thank you, ma'am.
Your ma'am always thinks about you. Remember that your students, because she used to send every day one WhatsApp message. Sir, this is the session. So I remember she is so committed, like your mother. Okay, I'm telling you frankly. Okay, like that, like your mother. Okay, and still remember, world is yours. If one door closes, 4 new doors open. Remember that thing always.
Yes, okay, thank you so much. It was truly inspiring and power-packed session. I think I personally learned a lot of things from the session. Thank you again. So thank you so much, Amit, for being
so much
support throughout. Thank you so much. So all the participants, again, keep supporting us, keep motivating us by participating like the same. Thank you all. Thank you, as always, being the wonderful participants. Thank you so much. And the certificates for the session you would receive latest by Saturday. And we have another 2 international webinars lined up for the next month. On August 6th, we have one, and August 28th, we have one. We have a speaker joining us from all the way from Finland on August 6th. And we have another lady joining us from Nigeria on August 20th of this year. So I request all the participants, please register and keep supporting us and make our sessions and program more successful, so that we can deliver much more wonderful sessions like what we had today. Thank you, everyone.